This is Yuri Murakami, and I have two R9 280Xs, 3770K, 16 gigabytes of RAM on a MSI Z77G45 motherboard. My game is on a Crucial 256 gigabyte SSD with two 6TB hard drives with a Silencer MK3 750 watt power supply. These are Asus Direct CU2 V2 R9 280Xs. They're discontinued, and it's the revision of the 7970. They are triple slot coolers, and this is all running on stock clocks. So, yeah, this is GTA 5 on 3 monitors at they're 1080p each. So there's my temps. My first GPU is running at 83 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Celsius. The RAM is the VRAM is 4,600 megabytes about used. My RAM is approaching 8 gigabytes. I'm getting about 60 frames per second consistently. Very grassy area right now I'm in. You can see the city back there. Lots of particles flying around, and it looks phenomenal. So if we move around a bit, it's butter smooth. Obviously I hacked the BIOS so it can run smoother, but it was completely worth it considering the amount of performance I'm getting is near 780s. And yes, I only paid about 300 for each of these cards. So for this performance, it is absolutely phenomenal. Right now I'm a bit sick, so sorry about my voice and any coughs that you hear, but as you can see, GTA 5 is running flawlessly. In my opinion, if you tune your graphics cards right, any game will run smooth. The settings I'm using aren't completely maxed out. Some unnecessary settings have been turned off. As you see here, memory limits 5,300 out of 6 gigs that I have. I'm ignoring the suggested limits, and I did some testing, and these limits are working. And I recommend having that off. As you see here, full screen at 3240 by 1920. It's 60 hertz monitors. These are Asus V22s. I have FXAA is on, MSAA is completely off. You don't need it at this resolution. VSync is off. One sec. Okay. VSync is off. Pause game focus off. Population density, population variety, and distance scaling is all the way turned up. Texture qualities are very high. I think that's as high as they get. Yeah, that's as high as they get. Alright. Shadow quality and reflection. I'm so sorry. Shadow quality and reflection quality have been turned down a bit because I honestly don't care about it. Reflection MSAA is off. I don't care about it. Water quality is high. I don't think very high is needed. Soft shadows, I'm using AMD cards, so AMD is working the best for me right now. Post FX, I didn't really see any changes, so that's normal. Instructive filtering is X16. Ambient Occlusion is on high, and tessellation is on very high. I've changed the settings a little bit, and if you have everything on high, I mean, textures matter, so textures are on very high, but for like reflections, they're not very eye-catching. I use glasses, so I really can't tell the difference, and I don't wear my glasses a lot. And post FX, since the particles are so small, I can really tell a difference, and I don't use motion blur. Excuse me. So it doesn't really matter for me. So yeah, I'll leave that on normal. This game looks great. Personally, I love it so far, and the R9 280Xs are working great. But yeah, I'm pushing my cards pretty hard right now. But if you put your mind to it, you can adjust settings to something look really good like this. My BIOS is hacked from a 7970 to R9 280X because they are physically the identical cards. So I didn't see why Asus didn't give a BIOS update for that. But yeah, so this game is running smoothly above 60 frames per second. In those grassy areas, though, it dips down to 60. I'm trying to get 70. I adjusted my settings, so in the city, I usually would get about 70 to 80 FPS, and in like houses, I usually get 90 to 100. But the game is looking phenomenal. A lot of this is very clean looking. I mean, even though I have the reflection qualities turned down a bit, they look really smooth. I cannot tell the difference personally. And from the side of the card, you can see reflections are perfect at the settings I'm using right now. I have anti-aliasing turned off, but it's really not needed. So here, I'll drive back down to the city a bit. Excuse my driving skills, for they are terrible. And I am using a single-handed. As we approach the city, the VRAM usage goes down a little bit, but the RAM goes up because of the more cars and people. And CPU usage goes up in the city because of the cars and vehicles, but it doesn't really make a difference. If I do overclock, right now I can't because I'm using a ghetto-mounted heatsink. Stock heatsink, and I'm at 3.5 gigahertz turbo to 3.9. On water, I usually can get about 4.8 gigahertz, and that really improves the FPS by about 10% because of the GPU utilization right now isn't maxed out all the way. Right now I'm hitting about 89 because of the overclock isn't there. Overclocks are required for crossfire and SLI configurations. So yeah, driving around, everything looks very smooth. Everything looks very clean. As you can see, some post FX right there with the smoke. It looks perfectly fine on normal. I don't know why people say that they need more than normal for post FX. But as you can see, the game runs very smoothly in the city too. I mean, right now I'm sitting in the 70s. So yeah, there's my settings. 3 monitors, debezeled. So yeah, thanks for watching.